This is a message to remind you that all of those seasons that you're embarrassed about or that you feel ashamed of because you're like, I can't believe that I, was that way or was like that. Those were seasons that you had to go through it because you had to learn that language so that you could be useful and not in a weird dictatorship kind of way, but rather in your soul's mission and calling kind of way, so that you would have the language of both. This message, this flow is prompted from Magnetize Yourself Infinity. Just dropped a message talking about going from envisioning to embodying. So if you want to go hear her message, check that out. But something she said on there, it totally lit a bulb, gave me a light bulb moment that I felt the nudge to come and flow on this. So hi, I'm Brittany Sunshine. This is Seed Soil Water. And this is just a confirmation and a reminder that and I've had this kind of like in a subconscious revelation, and hearing her say it, and of course she speaks so eloquently. Shout out to that divine one. She is so good at what she does. But she said it so eloquently, and it just reminded me, and I was like, yes, we have to remember this message. It's so important that you have been going through things, and maybe you're still going through things right now, and maybe it looks so ugly, and maybe it is, quite frankly, embarrassing or like shameful or disappointing, some level of like, this is not what I thought this whole thing was about. And this is also, I remember saying out loud, I'm like, if this is the best God can do for me, like, I'm disappointed because like I would have done better by me than what's happening here, And so some of that is just to highlight I heard the dysmorphia of this realm. Dysmorphia. And also to highlight like the pollution of it, that things that need to be resolved, and the way that we need to the way that we have opportunities to initiate action in order to align with the highest purpose of our life. But anyway, for every person that's here, you have a divine identity, you have like a divine mission, you have purpose here. This isn't all just a big accident, and you might have been even born into a family or into a culture that is so different than who you are becoming or who you have become. And maybe even you find yourself in seasons where you feel like you're back there and you're like, how the heck am I here again? And just reminder that you speak multiple languages via your upbringing, via your cultural exposure, okay? I speak little bit hood and a whole lot of bit spiritual. And I'm not sorry about that, by the way. But there are definitely times in my life where I look back and I'm like, oh my gosh, I was living according to the wrong narrative because I was taught like this is how you do it. And then when I aligned with the creator, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's not how he does it. He does it differently. 343 mirrored numbers. So anyway, I'm feeling the nudge to just see if any cards want to come out to add to this message. So make sure to subscribe and sow your energy here into the collective by pushing the like button and leaving a comment. And you're invited to our workshops if you're interested. You can come anonymously. It's going to be totally low key. Get out of your mind and into your inner knowing. Literally. Okay, so this is exactly what we're talking about. When I'm thinking in my mindset, in my upper mind, about things I've lived through. I have this subconscious fear, by the way. Let's just get it out here. Or maybe it's not subconscious because I know it. I know it's conscious. 434. I like, oh my gosh, what if a bad decision or just like, and by the way, I don't have like a record or anything. I'm talking just like down to like, if I treated somebody the way that I wouldn't have done it now, like, oh my gosh, what if that comes up later? And it's like, let's just get it all out here. A, I was learning. B, I was led through things so that I could learn. C, the way that, and this is for you too, the way that we are going to be able to speak to people in that cultural dynamic is having lived through it. So there's a possibility that what you've went through, that you're ashamed of, that you don't want to show, that you don't like about yourself, you're not proud of where you came from or what you went through or how you used to be. It's like you realize that that's going to be used for how you're able to communicate and connect with people who are either still there or who also were there. And you are aligning with infinite possibilities. Wow. So congratulations. I'm going to keep this short and sweet. Be blessed, be well, be free, and I'll catch you on the next one.